bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen. This is our first video that we're going to do of a series, Stay Motivated, Mano-a-Mano. So this is Ben Michaels. I'm Matt Ward. And we basically met each other at Gold's Gym. We've known of each other for a while, back all the way to college, I think. And so in the gym, we've got some similar goals, and we're in a similar place, similar body type, all this kind of stuff. But we're going about it two very different ways. And so what we wanted to do was to kind of track what we're doing, try to stay motivated together, drive each other to new heights, and just see where we can go with this thing, redefine what is possible. And so that's kind of what bringing us together. This is the intro video to kind of give you, the viewer, an idea of what we're doing, and you can track us and see what we're doing in the weeks to come. So we're going to give you some ideas of what we're doing to come.
Nothing for you.
To start with, we want to tell you about our nutrition plans. Ben, what are you going to do for nutrition?
Yeah, so once I figure out my caloric intake that I need, I'm going to do basically just a standard low-fat diet, which is going to be basically a 40-40-20 split, so 40% carbs, 40% protein, and then 20% fat. And then that pretty much sums up all I'm doing. I'm just trying to stay under calories and get as close as I can on the macronutrients. So.
Yeah, so for me, I've done keto diet in the past, which if you're familiar with keto diet, that's pretty much a low-carb but a high-fat diet. So I've been doing 15% carbs of my daily intake, 25% protein, but 60% fat. That's worked for me to lose weight, but I'd like to change that a little bit because I'm doing a lot of running, and I would like to utilize some carbs for more energy, and I'd like to utilize a little more protein as I do some strength building. So what I'm switching over to is 30% carbs, 30% protein, 40% fat, so a significant reduction in fat, increase in protein and carbs, and that's what I'll be shooting for my caloric intake. As far as training, Ben, what are you going to do to train?
Yeah, so I do a 5-day split, so it'll be basically I focus on one body part per day with throwing ab workouts in every other day. So like I do chest Monday, back on Tuesday, shoulders Wednesday, arms on Thursday, and legs on Friday, like that. And I also do 3 30-minute cardio sessions a week. I have been running, and I am not a runner, but I am trying to utilize it to maximize fat loss. And so I'm going to do a 30-minute run 3 times a week.
Sounds good. My training is influenced by me being a little bit of a multiple gym personality disorder kind of guy, where on the one hand I want to be a half marathon runner, so I'm using Hanson's half marathon training plan for that, or at least part of it. Also, at the same time, I want to be a half marathon runner. I want to be the world's strongest man at times, and so I'm using a starting strength program where I'm doing Mark Ripeto's plan, where it's basically 3 days a week you go in and you lift heavy weights with a barbell every time you squat, every time you do a press, and every time you do a pull. So I'll either be doing bench press and deadlifts, or I'll be doing overhead shoulder press along with cleans and squats every time. So I'll be sore legs all the time. And at the same time, I like half marathons, I like World's Strongest Man, but I also like CrossFit. So a couple times a week, I'm going to be going to C2 Fitness in Cleveland, Tennessee, and doing some hardcore CrossFit classes where I drop a bunch of sweat.
So basically, you want to be a hybrid. You want to be the strongest guy and the fastest guy.
Yeah.
So
outlift the runners, outrun the lifters. Absolutely.
I will say that's one thing similar in our training is I'll be lifting heavy as well. I do something called progressive overload, which we can get into later. But you had mentioned Mark Ripito, and I actually am following a program that's by Michael Matthews. who actually, they are not dissimilar. They actually, they collaborate with each other a lot. But Michael Matthews wrote a book called Bigger, Leaner, Stronger. And it is what I will be following as far as my plan.
Cool.
Ferris Bueller, you're my hero.
Some of your greatest influences when you're in there, you're trying to stay motivated. I mean, you even write your own blog. What are some of your influences that keep you motivated? How do you stay motivated?
Oh, I love motivational stuff. It's what I thrive on, just to kind of motivate myself. And so I kind of started compiling stuff that I've heard or read or learned, and adding in like my own views on the topic. And so some of my favorite motivators would be, this isn't even a fitness guy, but he is a great motivator. It's Grant Cardone. He wrote a book called The 10X Rule. If you want to be really pushed to accomplish, just to succeed, like you could use it in any aspect of life, but it's a great book. And as far as fitness stuff, I'm all the time looking to people that are super fit, thinking that I want to achieve the elite status, because I mean, if they can do it, then why in the world can't I? So Michael Matthews, once already mentioned, is one of my main guys that I'm striving kind of to be like. So
For me, I'd say, I'm using Mark Ripeto's stuff for my actual training plan. But when I want to dial it in and I want some information, I want a how-to, I'm going to YouTube and I'm looking for Joey Zatmary, who owns Lion's Den Elite Training Facility up in Pennsylvania. I'm looking for Brian Aljour, who owns neversate.com and a gym up there in Maryland. And I'm looking for Alan Thrall, who owns Untamed Strength out in California. These are three guys I've found that have great YouTube channels, lots of great content, and have influenced me greatly on my desires, my goals, and how I go about training and stuff like that.
And those are good guys. He actually, Matt here, has introduced me to all those guys as far as like their channels, and I love their stuff too. So highly recommend.
Let's do all the things that you want to do.
Greatest challenge you think you'll have over the next 90 days?
Oh, that's easy. Having friends. They tend to kill a diet. The training to me isn't a problem. I love getting in the gym, lifting weights. Cardio I'm not as eager to do, but I can hold myself to it. The diet is going to be the hardest part, especially on the weekend when friends want to do stuff with you. Usually they're wanting to get together and eat. And usually when they say eat, they mean something that does not fit into my macronutrients. So that'll be my biggest struggle.
Yeah, I have the sweet tooth of like a 5-year-old. I love candy. I love, Starbursts or chocolate, anything like that. And trying to stay away from simple sugars. But sometimes, when you go out and you work out, you start justifying, boy, I worked out hard, I deserve this, I deserve that. And, you do every now and then need a cheat meal just psychologically. But my biggest challenge will be not getting stuck in a cheat meal. You do a cheat meal, ends up being a cheat day, ends up being a cheat week. And then at the end of this 90 days, I've gained weight instead of lost it or something like that. So when we talk about those greatest challenges, it sounds like for both of us, it's going to be diet. Looking at the road ahead, what we're going to do for you and for us really is we're going to do sort of a weekly check-in, YouTube journal sort of thing, and let you see what we're going through. We're both, a little bit overweight from what we want to be. Some of you that are watching this are probably in the camp where you're saying, overweight, are you kidding me? I'd kill to be where you're at right now. Others of you are looking at us and going, you're absolutely overweight. You need to lose a lot of weight. So we kind of feel like we're right in the middle. We're definitely not ready to be going and modeling anywhere. Neither of us are ready to go and compete in some kind of strength competition. And so we're going to hopefully take this journey over the next 90 days and make some huge gains and some huge progress. And you can see how it goes. And we're just going to share with you openly and honestly where we struggled, where we're finding it challenging, where we're finding great victories, and hopefully you can find some motivation in that. It'll hold us accountable, and that'll be a good thing for everybody involved. While we're going, if you'd like daily motivation, you can follow us on Instagram.
I'm staymotivated.blog on Instagram.
I am Bald Eagle Pastor at Bald Eagle Pastor on Instagram. If you have questions on our weekly update, we would love to answer any heartfelt, real deal kind of questions. Hey, doing this, not sure. We'd love to just give you our opinions. We're not doctors, we're not professionals, but we're people that love this stuff and would love to give you a thoughtful opinion on that.
And we do both research a lot, so
you can email us at staymotivated.blog@gmail.com. Hope to see you soon. Be praying for us because we're going to hit it hard. We'll see you next week.
Take care now. Bye-bye then.